We're sitting slightly off center because I need you to see that door behind me on Oregon in the basement. It's blue door. Don't push it. If you're pushing Oregon basement, try this freezer and laundry attack instead. Hey up troops, it's A Littleton here again with another video, and as I've just said, in this video I'm going to go through how to attack freezer and laundry on Oregon instead of pushing through this door where everybody funnels through and dies. Most defending teams, if not all defending teams, are anticipating this blue door push. There's going to be all sorts of utility all over that door. Malusi, Banshees, Fenrir, FNATs, etc, etc. It's going to be held from 3 different angles. From Shiko door, from E-Box door where we are now, and from elbow. It's a nightmare to get through, and how many times do you see someone go, oh, I've died, oh, he's on Shiko. It's a nightmare to get in. Instead, go through laundry and through freezer, and it makes life a bit easier. In this video, we're going to go through how to do that. Just before we get stuck into it, I want to give a massive thank you to the members of the YouTube channel who've signed up through the memberships, which is another way of supporting creators. A bit like subbing on Twitch, but you sub on YouTube, but it's called a membership instead. And also, there's been a couple of people who've jumped into the Patreon recently as well, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm not here to give a sob story, but it helps financially and sort of pushes me to keep making the videos. My other half's on maternity at the moment, so all the revenue from YouTube just goes into like paying the bills. So all the memberships and Patreon subs and all that sort of stuff, and everybody who gets involved on Twitch as well, is really, really helping me at the moment, and I'm really, really grateful. So if you're involved in that, thank you very much. If you're not involved, get involved if you want to, of course. You don't have to. Let me just make that clear. Right, that's enough waffling and enough sob stories. Let's get stuck into it. Okay, so this is the part where we momentarily turn into Vincent van Gogh to try and sort of draw or show you what the plan is in game. And if I just make sure we're both instances of paint here are on the right setting, right, both on red, magic. Okay, so ultimately this is the basement, by the way, as you can see here, and this is the top floor. Don't worry about, well, this is the middle floor. Don't worry about the very top floor. We're not going to be going up there. We're going to be mainly looking at the basement and a bit on the ground floor. So what we want to ultimately do is plant in this area. I've zoomed in. I shouldn't have done that. Is plant on this area here. That's the plan. Now, how do we get there and how do we do that? And I'll go through that now. So what you'll need to do is firstly enter the building. The easiest place to enter this map is either on T3, which is at the top of here, which we haven't got yet, or this area here, which is small tower. So that's big tower and small tower. You want to be aiming for small tower, in my opinion. You can put a drone here. And the reason you put a drone here is you can watch if anyone runs down here or runs through here. And when you've put that drone there, if you know no one's come through there or no one's come through there, nobody can be on this side of the map. The only way to get here is through that door and through this door. Obviously, you could go this way as well, but you know what I mean? You can only get through by going through one of those 2 doors. That drone staying there the whole time here, or you can put, there's a drone hole here. You can even put it in this corner here, but it's a bit more obvious. If you put it over in this corner, there's like a little tray you can jump on in the corner of the kitchen. Put your drone there, sit on it for the start of the action phase, and wait for your 2 entry guys to get into small tower. This is small tower. This is dining room, and this is shower hall. There's a default cam here. Make sure you shoot that. Once you've got control of this area, whoever's sitting on this drone can come off that drone, and you can, do what you need to do. That's where you want to be entering there. Now, what you also want to be doing is have a player come to this window here. This is called White Stairs window. This is White Stairs. This is the window at White Stairs. The reason you want to have a player here is because this is the entrance to the freezer in the basement, and this corridor around this area is constantly patrolled by at least 1 roamer normally. Even someone who's top floor will come down White Stairs. All you've got to do is stand here and hold the angle through this window. This is a double door here. Through the double door onto this angle here. Don't forget you've got people coming into this area, so as soon as people hear barricades being shot, the default cam that we talked about here, people are going to come up here and start trying to fight onto this area and onto that area, and as soon as they get here, you're going to be on the window to stop them doing that. It's called playing a cutoff, and all you're doing is standing on that window for about 40 seconds to maybe 50 seconds whilst your 2 entry guys get themselves into dining and get themselves into showers and get control of this part of the map. You're just going to make sure no one can come up here and do any damage. Your other person is going to go to the front door, shoot the front door down. There's a default cam here. Make sure you shoot the default cam, and you're just going to stand on this van watching through to classroom here, maybe some of the garage, maybe bottom main stairs, but also this area here, which is called Zulu or Z or Z if you're in America. This area here, because what someone will do is come up freezer stairs, they'll get cut off here, or they'll come up freezer stairs, go around to the front door and get cut off there. So the 2 people who are on here, this area here, and this area here are doing nothing but holding that area and holding that area whilst those two people get control of here. Now, you've got another player, don't forget, that's going to spawn over here. This is probably going to be the Abana. Abana then spawns over here, opens the blue door, which is... wait, I've lost my bearings here, sorry. So, on the map, you'd come down into the basement, onto the blue door, open this barricade here. And the reason you do that is because 99% of the pushes, 99 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10, the pushes come down through blue here, and you get somebody holding elbow with a shield here, somebody playing the Shiko door here. If you go and open this door, a lot of the focus of the defense will be this way. Obviously, what we're going to do is ultimately come down here and plant here, but open that door to let them think that you're going to be coming this way. Then what you need to do is with the same person who spawned over here who's just opened the blue door, you then want to get into meeting and open this hatch. That's why I say it's going to be Havana. Open the hatch, because the textbook push, if you're coming through blue, is open this barricade, open the hatch, which is there. That will then, it's called phantom pressure. That's then going to make the defenders go, all right, it's going to be a blue push. Let's get set up around here. We'll play someone on this door, someone elbow, probably someone E-box, maybe someone even back pillar. And all of a sudden, all the focus is looking this way, when our target really is to come down here. A lot of the utility that defenders will place at the start of the round is also going to be around this blue area. There's going to be Fenrir traps, Malusi Banshees, ADSs, might even be a mirror here depending who's banned. A lot of the utility is going to be around here because that's the most common push. Ultimately, what we want to do is take control of this, push down to freezer, open this hatch. Once we're in freezer, we want to be here. And we want to be, there's going to be a defender likely holding this box here. This is called freezer box. People are there all the time. There's an angle when you get to the bottom of the stairs. I'll show you this in game. You can hold from here. If somebody stands on that box, they can see across there. So when you get to the bottom of these stairs, your crosshair needs to be looking on the top of that box. I'll show you that in game though. And then what we're going to do is ultimately get Capitao to come down here. He's going to smoke off the head holes that are on E-box. He's going to smoke off the cross here. Or you can see the smoke off the cross there, or you can smoke off the highway door. It's up to you. You only get 2 smokes, obviously, so you've got to choose which one you do. And you can also fight a flame off the freezer box from there as well. And then you want to be planting here. I'll go through that in game. That's the plan. I know in theory it sounds great. In practice, you can get spawn peeked by 3 different people on 4 different windows. But this is the plan, and I'll show you what we do in game to try and plant there. This will win you more attacks because most people are expecting you to come here and here down big tower stairs. So just hear me out, watch it in game, tell me what you think, give it a try, and trust me, it will work. Let's get in game. So in terms of pre-placed drones then, the first one that you want to look at is that one I talked about in kitchen. There's 2 places you can put it. I mentioned the one by the drone hole, which is right here. You can hide it behind this tin of paint or whatever that is, the bucket of whatever. You can watch the double door there and you can see if anybody crosses the other way. Or the most common place, and when you're playing the game, by the way, you should definitely look for drones here as well, is you can just go in the middle of this tray and just leave it here. And you know that if nobody crosses that area over by shower corridor over there, and nobody comes through this door here, you know that nobody can be over that side of the map at all. So leave your drone there, ask one of your teammates to jump on, you then get to here, and if you know no one's there, you can come in and take this. Come in, shoot the default camera first thing, and you've now got control of dining room through here, shower through here, and up to control of about here. You need to be careful at this point, because you don't know if there's somebody on this angle here, because you can only see here, obviously. But once you've got control of that, this is the small tower control you need. In terms of other pre-placed drones, I really like this one in garage. I just have to do a bit of drone driving here. Sorry, bear with me. Get yourself into garage and leave a drone. Jump up onto this desk. Jump up onto this grey cabinet. Sorry, this grey little box here. Then up onto the wooden cabinet and just leave this one up here. And this is going to give you an idea about anyone flanking down main stairs. And you're also going to see meeting double door from here as well. So just 2 drones there give you so much information. And really worth placing, especially this one later in the round. This one is for just getting in the building and making sure your 2 entries get in unscathed. Once you've got control of this area, you then need to go and put your drone, get out of here. You then need to go and put your drone exactly where I'm putting it now, which is right here. The reason you put it here is you're going to be able to watch the freezer flank. Anyone coming down white, and you can move the drone left, as you can see there. We can just see dining door on the left-hand side. So leaving a drone here, yes, it's obvious. Like, defenders, if they see the drone, they're going to shoot the drone. But that's fine. I mean, it's not overly obvious, but that's fine if they see it. but it's going to give you the information that somebody's there, which is what the drone's for. So you can see top white, a freezer flank, security flank, anyone coming around Z, which is this angle here, and also through into dining there. And obviously anyone watching the drone can move it to make sure they can see both angles. It's going to mean once you get down freezer, you're a bit safer. So now we move on to the person that's holding the white stairs cut off. I think when I was showing the drawing, I mentioned Dockerby, which is absolutely a good operator to choose here. I was just thinking about it though. I actually also think Gridlock is a great operator to choose here, because you can get to this point. Obviously, this is the cutoff you're holding, by the way, from dining, coming back to white stairs, and anyone coming down white stairs. So what you'll typically happen is people will hear you come into small tower, and you'll get one of the roamers around this area here starts holding. You remember that angle I just said with Ash where you've got to be careful? Well, this is the same angle, but the other way around. And when we were just talking about Ash, and I said when you get to here, you've got to be careful in case anyone's holding that angle. Well, this is exactly that angle that you've got to be careful of from here. It's such a tight angle. It's really hard to win as an attacker when you're pushing up there. However, with Gridlock, obviously from the window here, you're going to hold this cutoff. Make sure nobody comes through there. But once Gridlock's got control, you can either throw a tracks on white stairs, or one of the best places where Gridlock is utilized is this area right here on Zulu. But you throw that down, and that's going to cover pretty much all of that area over to this side as well. It's a really good way. It's so loud. It's a really solid way of cutting off what you call Z or Zulu here as well. You can even throw another one down if you want to make double sure as well. Obviously, as soon as you take Freezer, you can throw one behind you as well. Gridlock's really good for that, just covering your steps. As soon as you've taken an area of the map, just throw another one behind you. So once Gridlock is through on white stairs here, you just got to hold that cutoff here. The other operator that I mentioned on front door is going to do a very similar thing. So all you got to do is shoot down the barricade, get rid of the default cam, and you're just here to hold this. You can hold it through the van windows. You can hold through the van windows if you want to, which is a bit more secure. You can crouch and just hide the van. You're just holding this for about 30 or 40 seconds whilst your Ash and any other operator that you've got entering over there take control of that. You're just holding this because you're going to get somebody coming up here. If they get bored and just walk up this stair and start walking towards Zulu, just hold that. You don't need to start peeking it like this. Just hold it passively like this, and anyone coming through meeting obviously is going to get fried as well. The Habana's job, and we're going to spawn over here on construction sites. I say a banner, it doesn't have to be a banner. It can be anyone who's got hard breach charges, really. Shoot the default cam, run down to blue. Just make sure nobody runs out of blue. Obviously, just be careful of that, because some people do. Get to here. Open the blue door and run away. You're never, ever going to go through that door, ever. But you're going to make people think you're going to. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention is another great pre-placed drone. I should probably edit this to be at the start of the video, but I'm not going to. Another great pre-placed drone is here in meeting. Jump up onto this bootcase. Jump up onto this. A lot of people then leave the drone here, but don't. Jump onto this sort of window ledge, or window frame, sorry. And then go over to the bootcase. The reason this is good is because from here you can also see split both doors, and you can see the meeting door at the top. Obviously you can see if anyone comes to the hatch. This is a great drone to have here as well. So once you've got control of this, you can either go through green. I actually don't like going through this door because it means that you're going to have to cross this angle here, and there could well be a defender just holding this angle. So you want to try and not cross here. What you can do instead is go and use a window that not many people entry from, really. Obviously you've got this door here to be careful of as well. We'll come around to here and enter through this door. It's a lot, this window. A lot safer. You know that nobody, by this point, you know nobody's in dining because your Ash and your other entry are over here in dining and small tower, so you know nobody's in kitchen. You just got to make sure nobody comes up the green stairs while you're here. Another great drone to leave. It's just that there. Leave it right there and just see if anyone comes up the tower stairs. Obviously, you're going to be able to do something if they do. If you can even get the Gridlock over here to throw some tracks there, brilliant. Then with the Habana, you want to start opening the hatch, or anyone with hard breach charges. And then Habana really needs to make a way over to Freezer for the execute. Now, what you'll find in Freezer is the following, is people will usually reinforce this side and then put head holes. Let me use the bearing instead. Put like head holes there. So if this side is reinforced, this is where the Habana comes in, because you don't want to be running up to this with a hard breach charge because you can get smoke from here. But you want to open this to be able to get through. Now, the angle that we spoke about when you get down to Freezy, remember when I said there's going to be people stood on the box? Well, this is the box that people stand on, and this is the angle that you can hold to bottom freezer stairs. It's such a tasty angle. When you come down freezer stairs, one, you want to drone it first, obviously, But when you come down here, you want to be holding that angle there. You don't want to be walking down here looking at this or this. 99 times out of 10, actually 100 times out of 10, people are going to be holding that angle. So the amount of kills I've got, I mean, I say the amount, it's like, I don't know, maybe 20 kills in the time I played Siege. Just come down here and just pre-fire that corner. Obviously a bit better than that. Just pre-fire that and you will get the kill. Once you're there, then obviously get your X-Kairos pallets out and start opening that wall there. The Habana at this point is going to be here with Capitao, and we'll show you what Capitao's job is to do next. So we're now in Capitao with Habana, who's just, obviously I know that that's me hard breach charging, but let's pretend Habana's opened that wall. You've got to be watching this angle here from the rotate, and there's also an angle that defenders can hide behind the washing machine or behind the wall there or here, so be careful of that as well. And then what you want to be doing with the Capitao is using your crossbow utility with the smokes and the flames. So the flames are going to go into the kill box there and over here onto the freezer box, and your smokes are then going to smoke off the rotate over here and also the highway here. Now, when you fire a flame bolt, it'll hit the wall and drop to the floor. When you fire a smoke bolt, it'll hit where it hits and stick there. So you want to be aiming about halfway up the wall here with the smoke bolt. Don't aim it down on the floor, don't aim it up high, otherwise it's going to just cover the bottom or the top of the wall. So, with Capitao, you want to be doing that for the freezer box, so no one can jump on the freezer box, and then that into what's called kill box or laundry box, and make sure that that's flamed off so nobody can be stood in there as well. And then with the smokes, you want to be on this door frame here, and then back at the rotate over there. From now, you can run in here. You can see that that's smoked off there. I know you're going to be able to see your feet, maybe aim it a little bit further down, but by the time you get across here, bear in mind you're going to be able to run through here and run all the way across here. No one can be in here because it's on fire. No one can be here because they can't see you. And you're going to be able to cross there through the smoke. You can get to this position here. Now, this is the power position. From here, you pretty much can't be stopped. So you've got Habana and Capitao in here. And then you've got two operators here as well, which will be your Ash and probably your Gridlock in here as well. And while jump up, try again. I'll jump back. I'll jump back over to the Ash to show you how they need to cover you from here. Basically, you just need to cover these head holes and anyone coming through the rotate, which, you know, the rotate goes here. So you jump back over to the Ash or the Gridlock. And the Gridlock can start throwing tracks to mask the sound of the plant, although they are sort of going to know what's going on, but you just got to watch the head holes, this rotate here, and then highway here. All which can be held from this angle here onto highway, and then one other person here, either behind this or you can go a bit further up and hold there. I don't recommend doing this because you're a bit more, like, you're susceptible to dying from the rotate before they're even through the rotate. Like, here is a much safer position to hold. You can get rid of that. There and there. And the person who's in here is so tucked in. I mean, I said I was going to jump over to Ash to show you that. I don't really need to jump over to Ash. Just, you need two people here because this angle must be watched. And this angle must be watched. You can't hold both of those with one person. Bear in mind, you've still got the Habana and Freezer, who's just going to be here holding the highway cut-off or holding the rotate off, although that's also going to be held from laundry. Just hold the highway cut-off here, and anyone pushing through Freezer, what you'll get is defenders who, instead of pushing down here, they'll try and push down here and look through this line of sight to try and get an angle here instead. So the Habana's literally just going to go and... I was going to say chill here, but don't, because of the rotate. You can literally just hold this. And anyone, even get a little bit aggressive if you want to there, but you've just got to watch that rotate. Don't forget, you've got that rotate held from the person playing here. No one can come through there. When Siege is performed like this, like just a massive game of chess, it's so nice to be able to watch. Like, I've just said then, just thinking, I'm sort of solo queue mentality. Like, oh no, we can't go and hold this from this angle because what about the rotate? Well, if you're working as a team, you don't have to worry about the rotate because your teammate's over there. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of the video, bear in mind, this is a sort of perfect scenario. You're probably going to lose a few operators to a few gunfights, so you've just got to make sure you bring enough utility to cover what you want to do. The key thing here is getting across this doorway. If you can't smoke this off, getting from this area here over to there is almost impossible to an extent because you're going to have someone in the kill box holes here, you're going to have somebody on the rotate here, somebody holding highway potentially, more than likely. So getting across there can be difficult if you haven't got smokes. You definitely need to make sure you've got smoke grenades at least. Capitao just brings so much because he has those flame bolts, so you can make sure no one's in there as well. But whilst you're doing that, you've also got someone dropping main, causing a problem here as well. Now, there is a fourth operator. All we've been talking about here is Capitao and Habana here, and then like Ash and Gridlock here. That's only 4 operators. There is a 5th operator. Don't forget, at the start of the video, we went and opened this hatch just to cause a bit of a ruckus, and opened this door to make people think we were going that way. Well, the 5th operator can, again, it's called lurk or backstab, can just be hanging around green here and either late push down these stairs, because all the action's going on over there. Whoever comes down these stairs is probably going to get 2 free kills on highway, like right here. Or you can just be on the hatch, play the hatch and drop the hatch. You can pick sort of any operator you want for that 5th person, really. You can pick a real flex operator, like maybe even like a Brava. And if there's any utility bottom main over... Let's just run over there quickly. Just didn't like the look of that fan. If there's any utility here, which there quite often will be, like here or here, so you can't come out of bottom main, Fenrir mine, Ella mine, Fenrir F now, sorry, Ella mine, Malusi Banshee, etc., then you're gonna... Oh, that's wild. I've just had an alert come through, because I'm using the same program to record this video that I used to stream. Somebody must have just followed the Twitch channel. So thank you very much if you just followed the Twitch channel, whoever that was. If you don't follow the Twitch channel, now's a great time to plug it. We just had an alert come through for us. That was a bit mad. Anyway, so... yeah, you can... what was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought. Talking about the Brava. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be like an FNAT, Malusi Banshee, Ella mine somewhere on this door. So yeah, you can definitely try and take control of that to help the team out. And also try and hack maybe any utility that comes down here. Even the freezer camera if you can. Because once you've got control of that freezer camera, you're going to be able to see through these head holes to see what's going on as well. But that's just a different way of attacking Oregon. So many people, so many teams and so many players attack through this door here and all funnel themselves through one door that's being held from the head holes, which are here on E-Box, and usually the smoke when he had a shield. But whoever plays on Albo now playing here, it's an absolute shambles normally. Just like 2 or 3 people dying here, and there's another 3rd angle that you've got to worry about here as well. It's really difficult to attack from there. Yes, you can do it because a lot of teams do, but it's just easier, I think, if you do what I've mentioned there. There are a couple of key things. Make sure you open the blue door early. Make sure you get this hatch open so they think the push is coming this way as well. And make sure you've got something to cover this double door so you can cross from here over to the plant spot over there. Of course, if you haven't got anything to cover this, you could also maybe give the diffusers to someone who comes down main. But trying to get from here to there from here is just as tricky as it is from there. You're better off just covering it with Capitao or smokes and getting across. Hopefully that makes sense. Once again, I know that's a perfect scenario where everything's gone in our favor because it's just us in the lobby and you haven't lost any operators to gunfights or anything like that. That will happen. Don't get disheartened. If you're playing with multiple team members, even if there's only 3 of you, you can do what I've just said there. You can push down freezer and do that with 3 of you. 2 of you in freezer and 1 of you down at bottom main. It's still possible to do with 3. Just work out who does what. But give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Stop pushing blue and try something else. And it makes the game feel fresh as well by doing some different kind of attacks. You know, sometimes I'm sort of waffling on a little bit here. I do apologize. But sometimes I fall into such habits when I attack certain maps and I go certain ways and I don't try anything else. So just trying that can even make the game just feel a little bit fresher for you. So give it a try. Let me know how you get on. So there we have it. No more excuses. Stop pushing blue on Oregon. Try that instead. Now, granted, I do feel that attack, compared to some of the other attacks that we've been through in this series, sort of how to attack different sites series, I feel like that is one of the more complex ones because there are things you need to do to sort of build up to getting to where you want to be, if you know what I mean. You need to open the E-Box hatch above where we are now. You need to open this door behind us here. There are sort of things you need to do to be able to do that, and I do think that it requires certainly an organized at least 3, maybe 4, 5 obviously is the dream number, but some of the other attacks I feel like you could get away with 1 or 2, well not 1 but 2 or 3 of you definitely. This is definitely a little bit more coordinated, but as I said at the end of the video, it makes it so much more fun to try something new. And by all means, go into quick play, go into standard, go into a custom game with your stack, run some drills, make sure you get it down to a T before you try it in ranked. Don't risk the elo, but it does make the game feel a lot fresher. Once again, like I said at the start of the video, I really appreciate everybody who's got involved recently with channel memberships, with Patreon, and obviously on Twitch. And I really appreciate those who don't have to get involved with that, but just those who watch the videos and comment and like and subscribe and share and all that other good stuff. I might make the videos, but what's the point if there's nobody out there to watch them? So thank you very much for getting involved, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!